An hour ago, this torrent of water was clear and clean. Now, due to the washing of sediment into the stream bed caused by a simple rainstorm, the stream known as Middle Creek is a chocolate-colored river. One word describes the dramatic change that Middle Creek and many other creeks in Shasta County experience after a falling of rain, and that word is erosion. But before we talk about erosion and its effect on Middle Creek, let's go back to the creek itself and the importance it plays. Middle Creek is a small tributary located 7 miles outside of Redding on Highway 299, which substantially feeds the Sacramento River and which empties onto gravel beds important for salmon spawning. Middle Creek is not only important now in the present, but also played a role in the history of Shasta County.
The Middle Creek is one of the tributaries of the Sacramento River on the west bank. Together with Salt Creek, the northern boundary of Major Redding's grant, Rock Creek, Spring Creek, and so on up the river. Like all other the creeks named, it was a gold-bearing creek. As a result, it was explored by placer gold miners in the decade of the 1850s.
Middle Creek adds scenic beauty to the property of nearby homeowners. It also provides a home for aquatic wildlife and is an important spawning ground for trout and salmon. Unfortunately, when constructing a home near the Middle Creek area, plots of land must be excavated to create a level surface for which the houses are to be built on. In doing so, vegetation on large slopes is uprooted from the soil.
There's quite a bit of bare ground associated with some of this new home construction. These homes are being constructed in decomposed granitic soils, and these soils tend to be very low in natural fertility. They don't hold a lot of water for plant growth, and it's difficult for plants to get reestablished when they've been removed by grading or if they've been cleared somehow.
Without vegetation holding the soil of exposed surfaces, rainwater can easily carry away large amounts of sediment. The reduction of soil not only causes deep gullies to form on a homeowner's property, but also creates dangerous road hazards.
As we began to understand what was occurring in Middle Creek, we realized that it was not from any particular source in the watershed, one road or one housing unit, and there are a number of sources that are involved: county roads, individual homes, home pads.
The erosion in the Middle Creek area is not only damaging property, but is also damaging the habitat for aquatic wildlife.
What we feel may be the problem that is occurring with this sediment that's eroding from the Middle Creek watershed is the Sacramento River is currently being used for salmon enhancement activities, and they've been Fish and Game and some others have been putting gravel, clean gravel, in the Sacramento River for salmon spawning substrate. And what we fear is this eroded material, this sediment, is going to essentially fall out into these gravels and silt them up where they won't be as useful for salmon spawning as they are now.
There are many other species of aquatic life. There's aquatic insects that live on the bottom of the stream, which also are an important source of food for the trout. There's frogs, turtles, other amphibians that live in and around the stream and depend on that environment for their livelihood. So there are many other aquatic species that we're concerned with in the Middle Creek area, but the trout fishery is certainly the most important.
Fortunately, Shasta County has already taken up measures to help reduce the erosion.
Shasta County recently passed a grading and erosion control ordinance which deals with this type of a problem. So I think we're going to see in the future much better control over this kind of activity, and we're going to see erosion control become an integral part of this type of grading and construction.
This is a 6-foot-high dam which Shasta County uses to halt the flow of sediment from Middle Creek into the Sacramento River. Erosion from last spring's rain was so severe that the area behind the dam was quickly filled with sediment. The county then brought in heavy equipment to clean out the eroded soil. Yet erosion is not only combatable through governmental resources. Homeowners also have the ability to fight erosion on their own property. Here are a few easy ways to stop and contain the progress of erosion, depending on the desired outcome, whether short-term or long-term. If a homeowner only needs to stop erosion on a short-term basis, they can use a series of tarps starting at the bottom of a barren slope and continuing upward. This will prevent rainwater from getting beneath the tarps and causing erosion on the slope. For more permanent protection of barren slopes and flat areas, it is best to plant grass. Other types of vegetation will hold the soil as long as that vegetation has a strong root system, but grass is the easiest to plant. This planting not only effectively secures loose soil, but also adds to the beauty of your property. To plant grass, simply distribute seeds over the exposed area. Next, spread some type of fertilizer, such as manure, on top of the new seeds. Finally, after planting and fertilizing, spread a thick layer of straw over the seeds. This mulching, as it is called, will temporarily hold the soil and give the grass a chance to grow. In some cases, it may be difficult to plant grass or other vegetation. When this occurs, dig the unprotected slope such that the rainwater will be channeled into one spot. After doing so, place bales of straw at the spot to filter the eroded sediment. With these simple steps, a homeowner can responsibly care for their land, especially if that land could possibly contribute to the progress of erosion, and at the same time, they can accomplish landscaping for their home. So the next time a rain falls on the Middle Creek watershed, instead of this, wouldn't it be far better to see this? The truth is that homeowners as well as the county have the power to halt the flow of sediment into Middle Creek and also have the power to ensure a continuation of the Middle Creek environment for all living beings to enjoy. The process is simple, and the reward is forever.